Has struggled with turnovers at times this year. He's going to have to take care of the football today.
He'll keep it. First down for Harris out to the 40-yard line on a 10-yard play.
See a couple of short passes, easy throws early.
Second and long. Trying to dial across the field, and it's caught, and this is Aaron Young in the Syracuse territory toward the 38-yard line on Young's 21st catch of the year and a 25-yard play.
Well, it's an easy read. You see the linebacker step up on the play action from Quentin Harris, and a big first down for Duke.
Blue Devils, who throw for only 186 yards a ball game, already getting something in the pass game, and that sets up Jackson's run for 9 yards. Jackson trying to find something off the right side, and the Orange handled well. Only 3 yards on the play for Deion Jackson. This was last week, 44 yards against Notre Dame. This one is 43. It hangs up there, and it's no good. Tug just a little to the left for A.J. Reed.
Yeah, but only 4 of his 15 touchdown passes have come in ACC play, so since conference play started, struggled.
Here is DeVito, and this is Tristan Jackson breaking free. Jackson inside the 20 to the 18.
The Duke defense is going to come up and press. You see the play action sucks everybody up, and then it's one-on-one on the outside. And Tristan Jackson gets the better. On Riley are explosive guys, or if Tommy DeVito gets on the ball, they can do something with it.
And Neal on the play fake, and there is Jackson for the touchdown. Tristan Jackson beats Jalen Alexander.
It's almost the exact same route from Tristan Jackson. It's a play action.
3rd and 6 now for Duke. It's been a tough distance for the Blue Devils. Inside route, and Young the catch for the first down. Melifonwu again the tackle on Aaron Young, who has gotten busy here early on the first 2 possessions. Another quick throw, and this is Deion Jackson. Up near midfield and step through a tackle.
Can't do it from this deep. They're going to have to move up closer, which lets Quentin know.
Look at it. Lakeem Williams, Roddy.
Certainly did, and you get 4 guys coming. Lakeem Williams comes right up the middle. 2 linebackers right here. It's a look that we have not seen. They showed it on the first drive. Duke called a timeout.
Harris tried to keep it, and Syracuse makes the play.
Well, it's something different. They try and run the speed option, and Quentin Harris has got to pitch that ball. The in-man on the line of scrimmage, Kendall Coleman, is the guy that you pitch off.
40 years of difference is what we're talking about. 2nd and 5 after Neal, and here goes Neal again. North Carolinian returning to his home state and into Duke territory before Waters makes the tackle.
Well, Duke has jumped into this set where they've got 3 down linemen. They use Chris Rumpf as a little bit of a rover, but Syracuse just gashes him.
As a result of that injury to Blackwell. Here's DeVito. Quick throw to the perimeter side. And that is Neal making the catch, but he'll be just shy of the first down.
Coverage on the outside, so they may take a shot, but it could be quarterback run as well.
It is Neal, and if he got to the 31, he'll have it. Drew Jordan made the tackle.
Guy in the bye week and getting him up to speed really isn't that hard.
After the penalty, look at Neal dance through the secondary. Neal to the perimeter and hits the pylon. Did he get enough of it? No, out of bounds at the 1. Leonard Johnson saves the touchdown.
Well, it started off looking like an outside zone play, but Neal cuts it back. I think that's the right call out at the 1.
2nd and goal. DeVito will keep it and score. Tommy DeVito scoring on the ground, and Syracuse has 2 possessions and 2 touchdowns here in the opening period.
Well, this is the same speed option that we saw from Duke at the end of their last drive, but Victor Dimukeje just gets upfield. Tommy DeVito gives him a little head fake outside like he's going to pitch it, cuts it up, and is able to get in the end zone. It's about as easy as it comes when you get that far upfield.
The first running back since Bilal Powell in 2010 to run for 1,000 yards in a season. Catch and a big one by Jake Bobo, who was 50-50 whether or not he would play coming to 3rd and long for the Blue Devils. Harris to Gray, the tight end. And I think he got just enough for the first down. Final 90 seconds of the first quarter. Harris in trouble again, and he'll be sacked. Second sack for Syracuse.
Well, you saw Alton Robinson coming off the edge. Cuse is playing a lot of man-to-man coverage before third down, challenging Duke down the field. Here it looks like they're going to drop 8.
Just 3 on the rush. Harris tried to skip it across, and it's incomplete.
He is from New Jersey, Don Bosco Prep, great high school up there. He is used to these conditions.
Here is DeVito looking to throw. Blue Devils turn up the heat and sack DeVito back around the 12-yard line. Fans are excited about for the future, Roddy.
They certainly are. 2 guys with tremendous talent able to bring down Tommy DeVito for a big third down stop.
Directly into the wind. Kind of a different challenge. Look at this thing. Into the wind, Roddy. Back to the 40 goes Bracey for the fair catch.
Would have been after or before. It would have been before Oklahoma.
Believe it or not, it's only happened 4 times. Here is Durant, knocked out of bounds. That's a first down for the Blue Devils. 3 steps, Harris the quick throw, and a first down to Aaron Young. He got helped out of bounds across the way by Antoine Cordy.
Been waiting all year to comment on option football, and I'm just sitting down here soaking it all in. I'm loving it, brother.
Here's Harris, tried to gun it through the middle, looking for Bracey, and it got broken up by Richards.
Club flip nuts. Coaches hate taking points off the board like that.
Flip it over inside the 10, and well done.
Got one-on-one right there.
Hackett does not release. DeVito going to lob one down the field for Taj Harris, who tried to come back and make a play against Michael Carter. 41 yards of offense and only 41 on the ground for Quentin Harris's club. Quick throw the perimeter and a big hit on Calhoun.
Either way, wrong read by Duke.
Harris trying to fight it back. Bobo on a slant. First down for the Blue Devils to the 24 of Syracuse. Trying to get Dillon and Bailey to the turf in the dome, and that's the idea here. Now you got to get Deion Jackson stopped. Keep Duke's offensive momentum curve, but now Jackson pushes through. Lakeem Williams holds him up, and now David Cutcliffe may have a decision to make. You're down 14-0. Syracuse has got a ton of guys up front. Quick hit, Deion Jackson. He broke the plane of the 15, and that should be enough if they mark the 14-yard line. If they come over and talk to Eric, he will make it official, I promise you. Here's the quick toss. Well played by the Orange, but they couldn't get him on the ground. In the backfield, Christopher Frederick had Jackson dead to rights here, Roddy.
Bottom of your screen. He's pressed up at the bottom, is going to trigger. This is a corner blitz all the way. Duke throws the pitch right into it. Doesn't quite make the play, but he throws him off enough for the defense. Looks like it's man-to-man, and if I'm Quentin Harris, I'm looking at Noah Gray right there.
Here's Harris going to Gray, and he will turn it inside, and it's going to be third and about 9. Yep, here's Reed, who missed earlier from 49. This is 31. Remember, he's missed 2 in a row if you go back to last Saturday night. This one is good. Is emerging as a second-half favorite in the Coastal Division and laying the wood in Atlanta this afternoon. Here is Harris on the reverse, and he'll pick up the first down.
A little bit of trickery to start this drive from Syracuse. You mentioned the fact only 6 yards the last 2 drives, so why not start out with a little bit of expect some sort of rub, maybe an out route for the Orange.
They're 0 for 3 on third down. Long throw to the far side, and the catch is made. That's Nakeem Johnson.
The line with the switches they've made coming off the bye week has looked much better tonight.
Play fake by Tommy DeVito. Deep shot and almost hauled in by Jackson.
For Syracuse, Noah Gray in the slot to the bottom.
Harris in trouble, sacked. Back inside the 20 at the 19, Kendall Coleman.
Casey Holman beat immediately by the senior Kendall Coleman, who's been extremely effective today. Dino Baver said he spoke to the leaders on defense.
Blue Devils have to punt with Austin Parker. Riley waits. Boy, he gets driven all the way back inside the 15. Here's Riley, and Duke does a really good job. Sometimes you can outkick your punt coverage. Blue Devils recovered nicely there.
But May on this third down as well. There he is.
Inside for Neal, nowhere. And that time Kwanzaa wrapped him up.
They will move Rumph around before the snap. They want to get him matchups. I thought coming into the game,
Explosives. They've had to kind of dink and dunk their way down the field, and it hasn't been working consistently.
Third down for Harris, trying to go to Bobo and almost threw it away to Melifonwu.
Lined up to go for it.
Yep. Fourth down and 5. Here's Harris. Back across the middle. Gray to catch. And down to the 33-yard line. Devils have missed their last 5 third down tries. This is third and full 10. And that's a misfire for Bobo again.
would be an absolutely incredible coaching job by Scott Satterfield this year, getting them the ball eligibility.
Off the timeout, 51 yards from Reed is away, and it is perfect. A career best for A.J. Reed.
Wes, I'm not sure he could have kicked this thing any straighter or any more in the middle of the uprights. Absolutely drills this one. Uses the wind to his advantage, and it is right down Main Street.
8 plays, 19 yards in less than a minute, and the 51-yard field goal, a career best for Reed.
And Wes, that's made by the special teams. In depth this week, they fly to the football, they play with a lot of passion, and the way they've settled down after those first couple of drives has been impressive.
Hudzik waits on Hoprichter's punt. And Miles Hudzik does a good job with a stack of white shirts around him to fair catch that at the Blue Devil 42-yard line.
Into the game, you get him a couple of hits, and it starts to get the blood flowing a little bit.
Quick throw inside, deflected and intercepted. Andre Cisco, first pick of the year, is a house call. Deflected by Cordy, and then Cisco goes 48 for the touchdown.
Cisco is able to come down with it, but watch the play by Cordy. A good job getting his arm around. That ball goes up. I think it gets off Jake Bobo as well, but once Cisco gets it, it's 88 out the gate. To consistently drive down the field, just hasn't been there today.
Harris on third down. Tried to get it to Bobo, and that got picked. Christopher Frederick, another interception.
Turnovers have been a big issue, and you see this ball just behind Jake Bobo. It's not on the lead number. Frederick's able to get an arm in there and eventually intercept it, and we've got flags on the field as well.
Unsportsmanlike against the number 3.
13 in the win at Virginia Tech. DeVito, the throw, and on the perimeter is the tight end Luke Benson.
DeVito's pass is complete to number 87.
I'll tell you what happens in college, though. You got to go around and beg your teammates for a lot of tickets.
The ticket bag is unbelievable. DeVito on third down and a swing pass, and here is Benson for his second touchdown of the year. 22 yards, and Tommy DeVito fired a seed to Luke Benson.
Hey, if you let him get going, he's as good as any in the country. You get double slants on the outside from the receiver. We're in the house now.
Duke has been 7.5 quarters with only 1 touchdown. And the ball popped loose. Is it considered live? And coming out of there with it is Antoine Cordy. Roddy?
Let's see if this is out. That ball looks like it's coming out before the knee hits from Mateo Durant. So
Armstrong.
It's going to be the 3rd straight possession. We'll get a better look here.
Andrew Armstrong, the linebacker, he and Kingsley Jonathan combining to look like they rake it out, right?
Absolutely, and knee's not down. I think that ball's moving before the knee hits the ground. They'll certainly review it. If we hear nothing, then that means there's nothing to look at, and they agree with the call on the field.
85 pounds from Chicago. Give is Neal, and it'll be first and goal for the Orange.
Hey, in the past year, me and Wes have both weighed over 295 pounds, so we both know what that looks like.
And there is Mo Neal for the touchdown. And Syracuse has taken 3 turnovers and cashed it in. But make no mistake, number 5 turns Dimukeji out.
2 yards per play the last time they were out. But a change in mentality, change in defensive coordinators got them playing hard.
Throw to the far side for Aaron Young. He's been very quiet since the flurry of throws early in the game.
And when we talked to him this week, he was incredibly complimentary of the job that Brian Ward did. And not only that, but he said he wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Brian Ward.
Right.
The defensive backs across the board up close in press coverage.
Yep. 4th and short here. Harris from the pocket will be sacked.
Coming off the left side, matched up with Jacob Monk. Excuse me, the right side matched up against Jacob Monk. Just beats him. Quentin Harris is not able to find receiver before he can go back to the other side of the field. When he looks, he's greeted by the waiting arms of number 94.
Breaks down where your weaknesses are with the defenses. So, and Dino Babers agree with that. They could not simply scrap everything they've done.
In classes, getting his master's in management studies, and you're absolutely right, Wes. I mean, this is Quentin Harris is all about what's good in college football.
Going to spot it 4 and 5, where they need a couple of wins for bowl eligibility. Louisville needs 1. Here's DeVito on 3rd and long, and that ball is sent into the bench.
His offense going a little bit of a spark.
Katrinik's only thrown 9 passes during the year. And here is Durant for a first down run.
No, the starter was Daniel Jones. He and Daniel Jones were 2 of the leaders on this team, so that's not going to leave no matter what's going on in adversity here.
It's Katrinik getting a first down, taken out of bounds in the Duke bench area near the 30.
Those were big numbers there, so I was a little intimidated by that. But in all seriousness, this defense has really played fantastic, and you see it there on that play as well.
Yep.
One of the Clemson defensive linemen at some point, they tend to like to do that, but I would consider them two-way players.
Look out. Howard has speed. And into Duke territory. 37 yards.
Get 2 pullers here. Aaron Service, normally playing center. You see him wrap around from the left tackle position there. That is not easy to do.
You go back to that. How long does it take to get back in the flow of that?
You know, he's probably excited. I remember I was drafted to play center, ended up at guard as we go in for the touchdown. But I was very happy to go back to center, I'll say that.
Does the damage here. The Orange in full control in Durham. Young guys from Florida all the way into New York, North Carolina, Georgia. This is marker down on the play here on 3rd and short.
You know, Dave Cutcliffe was very non-committal when we talked to him yesterday and asking who the next guy was going to be at quarterback, because he wanted to be in true competition. He was excited about the prospect.
It was a little quieter here. I mean, it was frustrating early for the Blue Devils. Long throw, Katrinik looking for Eli Pancole, and that'll bring out a flag. 180.
Yeah.
And I say that to tell you that Quentin Harris was at 16:02 coming into today. The throw game from the Duke perspective under David Cutcliffe, and the Blue Devils are 4 of 19 on 3rd down, and now they're going for it here on 4th and the full, and they will cash out on downs here.
And he was so just well-rounded as a quarterback, and a lot of that comes from the quarterback grooming that he got from Coach Cutcliffe.
4 and 6 overall, with Louisville and Wake Forest left to go on their calendar.
Well, that Louisville game is certainly going to be challenging.
And yes, they are struggling again this year, but the strides they've made, the effort they've seen, the improvement they've seen in those areas is encouraging for Cardinal fans.
Jarvion Howard, by the way, over 100 yards on his 8th carry as he picks up the first down to the 33-yard line of Duke as we go inside 3.5.
Holman went down. Jalen Miller came in. He had a really tough time with Kendall Coleman, but a lot of guys do. Those are 2 preseason all-ACC defensive ends.
In week 12 of ACC football. Started on Thursday night with Carolina and Pittsburgh going to overtime, and here's Jordan fighting for the end zone, and he scores. So Jawar Jordan gets his first touchdown of the year for the Orange.
Boldell,
yeah.
Eric McLean giving me a little bit of a sneak peek on what the accounting's going to be there.
I bet he is.
I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Well, Dino Babers and Syracuse pick up their first ACC win, snap a 4-game skid, and it was impressive on both sides of the ball, wasn't it, Roddy?
It was a complete performance.